The good thing about Kairos, just to go on tangent, is they take feedback. They respect parents' feedback. At least that's my experience, right? The best part is they have completely revamped the structure. They've got in a lot of experienced teachers for 9th and 10th, and they have been wonderful.
Hi, welcome to Yellowslate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters. Today, we have Mr. Vamsi Nori, whose kid is studying in the Kairos International School, which is in Serlingampalli in Hyderabad. Let's speak to him and understand what he honestly thinks about the school and his feedback for the school. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem at all, Samson. It's my pleasure, and hello to anyone who listens to my feedback. Hope you're having a good day.
So, to begin with, what made you to choose Kairos International School?
That's a very valid question because the school my son was going to earlier, it got changed, it got merged into a different school. So we were looking for a good international school with a good IGCSE curriculum and which obviously doesn't put me into debts which I can never pay as well. So we needed a good curriculum. Something which was again location was important because I stay in near like 5 kilometers from the school, so we were looking for good schools nearby. But again, curriculum and infrastructure, and obviously the fees also had to play a part. So we visited quite a few schools, and after going to like Glendale or Oak Ridge or different big Chirek and big schools, uh, we realized that some of them we didn't like required infrastructure, or we thought it was too many kids in a class for an international curriculum, or the fees was exorbitant for us, right? So we then luckily got to know about Kairos, which was a new school when we started 3, 4 years back. They were just starting out, and we gave it a try, and we liked everything. We spoke to the principal. She was extremely hospitable. She explained to us what IGCSE curriculum means, and we thought it's a nice school to start. And the fees was not exorbitant as well.
So at the beginning, sir, you were just mentioning that the school was a new one. Did you have any
Yeah.
apprehensions about joining your kid in a new school because it didn't have the track
Uh,
record that you usually expect?
no, to be honest, no, because I mean, personally, we think a little differently to a normal Indian parent, if I may say so, without offending anyone. No offense to anyone, but we were not looking for a Delhi public school or a Hyderabad public school or a Bhavans, which are the reputed schools in Hyderabad, right? We wanted to go for a school which provides our son a good platform where he can study but not overwhelmed with pressure. We did not want the rat race, which typically happens in Indian families. I mean, we were part of the rat race when we were growing up, so we did not want that. We wanted our kid to have a school where he obviously has to study, but again, it's not overwhelming. And also the infrastructure. We saw a lot of schools wherein there was no outside space for kids to play, or they did not have enough space for kids to explore other activities. And that's what we found in Cairo. They have an amazing playground between two of their buildings. Second, safety was important for us from a kid's perspective. He joined, I think, when he was in sixth class, if I'm not wrong. So he was obviously quite young. So we wanted safety for them. So we checked out what kind of safety mechanisms they had, what kind of teachers they had, how many kids per class, so on and so forth. So once we saw this and once we spoke to the management and principal, we were quite comfortable taking a chance because we liked the place. It gave out good vibes. There was space to breathe, there was open air, there was sunlight, and it was something we really enjoyed.
Great. And sir, can you also tell us the fee structure of the school for the parents who are considering the Kairos
Yes,
International?
absolutely. So the fee structure is split in three parts. I think they've introduced monthly EMI scheme as well from this year, which is great. But typically, you have three terms. Term one, which is like 50% of the fees. Term two and term three, like 25 to 25%. Right now, for stage nine, we are paying around 2 lakhs. But again, I think there is some discount given because we've been there for a
Almost the
while,
inception.
almost inception, right? And it will be, I think, a little obviously higher for people who are joining now. However, considering the fee structures in your Oak Ridges or your Glendales or your some of the other big international brands, Santa Maria and Indus and this, it's very reasonable, right? So it's around, we pay around 2 lakhs fee to, and with so they also provide very good lunch at the school. That's very reasonable as well. I think they charge around 25,000 per annum for lunch for the whole year. Again, that's divided into three terms. So you pay term fees every term, and the lunch is nutritious, good, and more importantly, my kid likes it. So, and my wife is happy. She doesn't have to wake up and cook in the morning. So that's a huge plus as well. Lunch is good. There's transport as well. The buses are good. They have good security in the buses. Although I don't avail transport. So if you go for the full package, it would be around 3 lakhs and stuff. Transport, food, and bus. That would be the fee structure in a nutshell. Don't quote me with exact numbers because obviously they
Yeah.
change from
Yeah.
year to year.
Got it. And now that your kid is coming into the higher standards, which is ninth and 10th, how's the academic orientation? Because the importance for it definitely increases once they come to the 10th standard and 11th standard. So,
Yes,
what are
yes.
your thoughts on the quality of teaching and academic orientation in specific?
Yeah. There are two factors to it. One, they had a lot of extracurricular activities till last year, till eight, and we were not too happy, to be honest, because there were some extracurricular activities where they were traveling, for inter-school competitions and all that. And the kids were getting tired. They had to do homework and all at eight. The good thing about Kairos, just to go on tangent, is they take feedback. They respect parents' feedback. At least that's my experience, right? And we told them that, it's not tenable. Their kids in 9, 10, and they will be writing the IB exam in 10th. So they scale back on a lot of the extracurricular activities, the club activities and all, and they started focusing more and more on education. But at the same time, it's not like how we studied. I graduated from an ICSE curriculum long back. So it's not only studies, they also have my kid is part of a literary club wherein he's helping out with the school magazine design and stuff. So they have those things, but they have ensured that academics is given more importance in ninth and 10th compared till 8th, wherein kids had a lot of other activities combined as well. One other thing I would like to mention was we were not happy with the some of the teachers, while they were in eighth, we didn't think they were up to standard. We got a lot of key feedback, not only from my kid, but other kids, that it was not as good as it was earlier in seventh and sixth. And that feedback again was given to principal and the management. And the best part is they have completely revamped the structure. They've got in a lot of experienced teachers for ninth and 10th, and they have been wonderful. We had a parent-teacher meeting. I met with the class teacher and all, and they're brilliant. It's amazing to see the transformation after feedback was given. Kairos also has CBSE in international school, so now they've completely differentiated the IGCSE teachers from CBSE so that they function as essentially two schools in one, right? And that's been great to see. So I'm very happy compared to last year. If you had this question last year, I would say I'm not 100%, but this year I'm delighted with what they have done, and I hope to see it continue.
That's fantastic. And to circle back to the first question, sir, because you said you were very keen about the international syllabus, IGCSE or IB curriculum.
Yes.
Now, any specific reason why you're keen about it? Just to understand your thought process while choosing a school,
Yes.
which. probably will help other parents also.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and I would also like to give a little info on IGCSE, if you don't mind me
Please.
telling for people who may not know. IGCSE is obviously it's as accredited or valued as CBSE and ICSE or SSC in India. So IGCSE doesn't mean we can't take your whatever exams we can do. So for
The
kids who
NEETs,
are
IITs, and so.
going through the main, yeah, the IITs and all, it's the same. There is no difference in its value. So that's one thing I want to assure parents who are like scared or don't know what IGCSE is, right? Second, is they have a wonderful way of measuring performance, which I really enjoy. I studied in ICSE and it was mostly about mugging. It was mostly about mugging in the right way. Mostly about by hearting is the better
Yeah,
word.
the
You
rote
by heart
learning. Yeah.
everything and you spew it out in the final exam, right? And I didn't want my kid to go through that because honestly, Santan, it did not help me in my career. Right, I've been working for 20 plus years, and the education I got in my school did not really help. There were teachers who helped me, but the syllabus did not help. So we wanted something where kids can study at their own pace in a way, and not have the pressure of by hearting everything and spewing them out for the final exam and then forgetting about it. The best part about IGCSE is they have different like term one, term two, term three. They focus on specific topics, and the exams have there are exams obviously, but not only exams, but they're also kids are also given marks for participation, proactiveness, how they study in class, how they do their homework, how they kind of write the general tests and stuff at class, how they listen to teachers at class, so on and so forth. So all of those are given points for your term one, term two exams and so on, term three. Now, in addition to all this, at the end of fifth grade, at the end of eighth grade, you have something called checkpoint exams.
Okay.
Now, checkpoint exams are conducted directly by Cambridge. So we get the question papers from Cambridge directly, and they provide an assessment of kids at an international level because those papers are equal in quality to anybody who's studying abroad. Because IGCSE is nothing but GCSE in England, right? I is international, right? So those checkpoints are different to the school exams. So after the school exams at fifth grade primary, after eighth grade, the checkpoint happens, and kids are given a chance to test how they perform in an international paper, and the papers are sent from England. The corrections are done in England, and all the school receives is the final marks, the results. And again, kids are not judged on getting 99s and hundreds. 82 plus is outstanding, which I think is pretty fair. So it also gives a chance for kids to improve their self-esteem and also help them prepare for competitive exams because these are almost competitive exams, right? And when the IB exam comes in 10 or IGCSE exam comes in 10, they're much better mentally prepared, stating, you know what, we already did it twice, so it's nothing different. So that's a little bit about IGCSE. So the syllabus is very different to what we have in CBSE and ICSE. The book's quality is brilliant, I can assure you, because I read a lot of their books and learn so much more because there's a lot of visual representation. Take it from as simple as a photosynthesis to, how a molecule is or how a cellular structure is in biology. The stuff I could not get my head around in my 10th, ninth, I learn it now in an easier way. So that's fantastic. Second thing is once kids come to ninth and 10th, they have economics as part of their subject so that even if they go to 11th and 12th outside the school, they can continue in the school 11th and 12th, or if they go to an intermediate, right? And if they want to join an economics course or a biology course and all, They already have a 2 year head start. They're taught the economic concepts, economics as a subject, so that they can do an MCE, or I don't know what they call it now, but economics can be a factor as well. So as a syllabus, it's very friendly to learn, and it focuses more on understanding concepts. So for example, photosynthesis can be there from fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 4 years, but it gets more easier to understand. So that's how they work on the concepts rather than just by hearting and writing exam.
Interesting. And so before we wind up, on scale of 10, how likely are you to recommend the Kairos International School to any of your peers or any of your parents?
I would recommend it scale of 15. I would say 15 out of 10, 10 out of 10, definitely. And not because I'm studying there. My kid is not me. My kid is studying there. I would love to study there, but my kid is studying there. But I love the way they teach. They're very respectful to kids. That is important. The teachers, they treat kids like how they need to be taught. They're not, if you don't do, I'll hit you kind of thing. So they're very respectful. They're very friendly. It's a safe school, is what my experience is. Yeah, they now that the school has become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, there is obviously logistical issues for people who go on their own, like parking and all that. But I'm happy it became huge now. I think it was 100 people when I started, 100 kids. Now it's like 900, 800 and all. And the best part is the principal ma'am, Krishna Sri ma'am, kudos to her. She is very hands-on in terms of talking to parents, and she also has a very good hands-on interaction with kids, which is very rare in a lot of school. I never could talk to my principal, and all the teachers are amazing, from right from sixth, seventh, eighth. We didn't have a few good teachers; they left, so thank God. But ninth again, they're brilliant. My kids' class teacher, Mr. Alexander, is amazing. Just to take one name, the Chaitanya sir and all. But principal ma'am is the guiding force, and she is very, very open to feedback. That's what I like. It's a safe school, which is important for younger kids and every kid. Obviously, all our kids are young. Safe school, and you don't go into debt by getting into that school, because you can afford world class education at a decent cost as well. And obviously there's stuff to improve, right? But again, overall, if I look at it, compare it, I'm very, very happy as a parent. And I would always, I gave a very, Google review long back, and I stick to that review that it's a very good place for kids to study. It's a very good place for kids to understand who they are, their creativity, and they all. And I think anyone, even if they don't let their kids join there or something, but they should definitely visit the school, understand the concept, and try to talk to the principal, ma'am. Then you will understand what exactly the school ethos is about. The best part about principal ma'am is her speeches in all the events are exactly 5 minutes, which is brilliant. Right. Unlike our principals where they used to speak for hours. So no, I'm happy. I'm definitely happy, and I would recommend anyone to go for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm sure some of your thoughts and opinions will be of great help for other parents in taking a decision about their kids' school. Thanks once again for your time, sir. We look forward to meeting you once again
No
in the
worries,
future
my
with
pleasure.
more
And if it helps any parent, and more importantly their kids, it's great, because kids are our future,
future.
and they deserve the best. So thank
Absolutely.
you for this opportunity again. It's a fantastic thing you guys have done along with Kairos, and I'm happy you're doing this, and well
Thanks.
done, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Very encouraging. Sir. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.